Hello everyone, today I'm going to do my presentation on animal experimentation, and as you will see, I am totally against it. So animals in research. Animals are often used in medical research to investigate the progression of diseases, test new drugs, test new surgeries. Animals are also used in cosmetic research to test for allergic reaction and other potential side effects caused by cosmetic products. So why should we be concerned? Much like the reason why we should study biomedical ethics generally, we should study the ethics of animals research because of the appalling history of medical abuses involving animal test subjects. Only by studying how we are to conduct research can we avoid unprofessional, unscientific, and needless repetitive studies that bring about unnecessary harm to laboratory animals. So animal research statistics. About 20 million animals are experimented on and killed annually. 3/4 for medical purposes and the rest to test various commercial products. Rat, mice, and other rodents make up 85 to 90% of all research animals. There has been a 40% increase in the number of animals used in biomedical research and testing in the US since 1968. So again, some statistics in the US. So as you can see on that chart, there is about 5 billion animals killed annually. 5 billion are killed through food. 400 million are killed by motorists. 20 million are abandoned, dogs and cats. And 80 million rats and mice for research and education, and 2 million for other species. An estimated 8 million are used in painful experiments, and at least 10% of these animals do not receive painkillers, so you can imagine how much they suffer. Animal rights. If an experiment violates the right of an animal, then it is morally wrong, because it is wrong to violate rights. The possible benefit to humanity of performing the experiment are completely irrelevant to the morality of the case, because rights should never be violated. It's virtually impossible to assign a moral value to a being. The harm that will be done by experiment is known beforehand, but the benefit is unknown. The harm done by the experiment is caused by an action, while the harm resulting from not doing it is caused by an omission. Argument against. 19th century utilitarian Jeremy Bentham used to say, can they reason or can they talk? But then, can they suffer? Obviously we know the answer of this question. Right to be treated with respect does not depend on ability to reason. Would it be justified on a retarded person to use those kind of experiments? Obviously not. Animals are starved, shocked, burnt, and poisoned as scientific look for something that just might yield some human benefits. Arguments against. Always unacceptable because it's suffering to animals. The benefit to human beings are not proven. Any benefit to human beings that animal testing does provide could be produced in other ways. Animals have not been as critical to the advancement of medicine as it is typically claimed by proponents of animal experimentation. So now I'm going to show you some experiments. So I found those experiments in one magazine called Entrevue, it's a French magazine, and you will see some breakthrough stories. I'm sorry, I'm looking for the PDF. So they don't really tell us always what exactly happened to those animals, but I think the images talk by themselves. I mean, how can you justify what happened to that dog? So, for example, this image shows what they're doing with those dogs. Basically, they are injecting smoke from cigarettes 24 hours a day to those dogs to know the effect of tabagism on a human being. So you can imagine what kind of life they have and how they die. Some other images, very graphic, some of them. For example, that image on the left, they are trying to test the toxicity of one product. So they basically put the product on the skin of the dog and see the reactions. On this dog you can see that he loses his hairs and the skin actually looks burnt. I'm sorry for the right image, we don't really know what happened to this dog either. On the left image, it's similar to the first one, except of inject smoke, they inject toxic product and see the reaction of on the dogs. On the right side, those two images, so they are basically starving the dogs and giving them pills just to see if they can survive without eating and just medication, using medication. So those experiments are done by diet companies, and it's stated that most of the dogs died from starvation. Those four images. So as you can see, the dog, they inject medication in it, and you can see them slowly dying on the pictures. So why do they do that? They are basically trying to estimate what is the maximum amount of the medication they could give to a human. So what do? They take, let's say, 20 dogs, and once 10 of them died, they set that point to the maximum they can give to a human being per day. Here they are injecting bacteria in the heart of the dog. And not only dogs, but also cats. They are basically inserting 2 electrodes in the brain of the cat in order to make it blind and try to get to know more about blindness. Yeah, it's really sad. So my conclusion. So my conclusion is the following. The suffering of the animals is excessive compared to the benefit may be gathered, and no human has the right to make animals suffer. And on the last slide, I used a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. In the end, we remember not the word of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Thank you.